Katie, I know you said earlier the cold is not atypical,
right?
But it feels pretty atypical. It feels downright brutal.
Yeah, it was pretty bad this morning. You know, the feels like value dropped as low as 4 degrees. So there was enough of a breeze and the temperature had definitely plummeted.
I couldn't get my door open. I told you my car door was frozen shut at first.
Yeah, you thought you were going to get out of
I
work.
was going to stay home. Yeah. Oh, well.
And then he tried again, and it's like, oh, all right, I guess I'm driving to work now. But yeah, you know, it was just that cold. So thankfully, it's going to eventually rebound a little bit more here in the days ahead. But we do go on still somewhat of a roller coaster ride. The coldest day is yet to come. I think that'll end up being Saturday as it currently stands. But some of the same systems that are striking Minneapolis, if you're lucky enough to be heading out to Minnesota, are actually going to be hitting Philadelphia just in a delayed reaction as these systems move in from west to east, and there's 2 of them in the next couple of days. So we'll walk you through all of that. Let's take it back, though, to the local area to start things off. And we're looking at our Live Neighborhood Network where there are some clouds beginning to build in, but it's still, all in all, despite the cold, a pretty nice start to the afternoon. The obvious telltale signs of the snow left behind. No longer on the top of the pavilion. It's had a chance to melt there, but you obviously still have it here on the paved surface, or rather the unpaved surfaces like the baseball diamond and whatnot, but traffic moving along just fine. So you shouldn't have any kind of travel issues from the remnants of what's left now from yesterday's snow. At the moment, there's even a little batch of snow trying to creep east. Poconos could get in on a few flakes here tonight, but this should not affect our area. We are more than anything just going to see some building clouds because of that. But there is a front. Again, it actually brought a little batch of light snow across the Twin Cities early this morning through the overnight. That's the beginnings of this next front that eventually cross our area into tomorrow night specifically. So for now, high pressure is still generally on our side. That's what's keeping us dry for now. But with this next front, tomorrow evening at the earliest, the late afternoon, but especially tomorrow night, the beginnings of that front start to move in, at which point it's still too warm for anything but plain rain. So we'll see this start off as rain showers tomorrow night, but behind the front, and as temperatures begin to drop off, that could turn over briefly to some snow heading into early Friday morning, and that means that there could be some tricky travel for the Friday morning commute, but then skies begin to clear back out again, all over again, and that's just a routine that we're going to settle into for another few days. 25 is the actual air temperature right now. Recall earlier in the show, it's still feeling more like the teens, but at least it's a little bit closer. That gap between the wind chill and the actual air temperature, it was as low as single digits this morning, so it's getting better. But we are only going to probably get another 10, 11 degrees tacked onto this for an official daytime high. Mid-30s is what we're calling for. Interesting, we're basically on par now out in Minneapolis. The batch of snow that came through has allowed the temperature to just drop off in its wake. It's leveling off into the 20s for the rest of the day. So we're pretty much on the level playing field in that regard. But as it currently stands here the rest of the day, we still should have another, again, maybe 9, 10 degrees up our sleeves with the clouds still building. And thankfully, the worst of any wind is easing up for us as well. Later on tonight, we're going to drop down to just 30. So it's still cold. It's not as harsh as this morning was. And you'll have, again, more clouds than anything. Let's take a look, though, jumping it forward to Wing Bowl. Now, people head out in the wee hours of the morning for this, and it looks like that front could be crossing through as the gates are opening up outside the well at 4 a.m. So between 4 and 6 a.m., if you're a party animal and you're going to be out there, just expect the possibility that there could be a rain or snow mix that's still moving through. Quickly looking at the Super Bowl forecast, yeah, that's not a typo. It'll actually be sub-zero outside the dome for kickoff on Sunday. Crazy stuff. But even here, those snow showers that are pushing through Saturday in Minneapolis, they get here on Sunday. So it looks like we'll see a mixed bag of some snow and rain late in the day on Super Bowl Sunday.
All right. Thank you, Katie.
Sure.